Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is the message for everybody who's watching this video. It is for the collective. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, and everybody can get something out of it for today. So, magician energy is about being resourcefulness, having all the tools that we need to manifest. When this card appears, we can ask ourselves, do we have enough power to actually manifest the things that we want to manifest? Sometimes maybe we actually have the ability to do the things that we want to do, but maybe we have a lot of procrastinations that prevent us from doing it. And today is a day to analyze and to figure out what kind of tools we actually have so we can make use of those tools to pursue what we want to pursue. This is the upside of the magician energy. Um, it is also about making something out of nothing. Um, it's a good time to start something from scratch. But I know that Mercury is retrograding, so maybe starting from scratch can be not easy. Um, but if you're restarting something, then I think it will be easier to start from scratch. Things that you might have done before, like a drawing, or drawing sometimes has to be started from scratch. If you're going back to do something that you have done before, then I think it's okay. Magician energy is also related to the planet Mercury. So there can be communications, but be aware because these communications, on the upside, they can be kind of magical, but on the downside, maybe they can be kind of deceptive too. So just be aware of any kind of news that you feel like it's too good to be true, then it's probably gonna be too good to be true. But I'm not gonna rule out the possibility that something magical can happen. If so, just proceed with caution, okay? Um, I think some people might encounter some issues about things related to communications, and especially under Mercury retrograde. So just be prepared, be aware, then it's gonna be okay. Mercury is also about transportation, so be careful if you need to travel long distance. There might be weather conditions that need to be aware of. And yeah, magician energy on the negative side is about deception. If somebody comes up to you suddenly and want to sell you something, then be aware of it because you might not know everything about the product and the service. So it's wise to use all your tools to actually investigate all the necessary necessary things to finalize a decision. Even though I think a decision is best to made after Mercury retrograde, but sometimes we have to make the decisions no matter what. So just be careful not to sign on the dotted line Even if you need to sign on the dotted line, please keep the receipt and keep the fine print, read the fine print, and knowing the consequences. Be prepared for you know be be, be prepared. So it's gonna be okay as far as you are prepared. If you really need to make decisions, I advise you to create a couple of blueprints in your mind, or actually create them before you make the decision. So first, if you make this decision, if it goes well, then what's next? And then secondly, if you make this decision and it goes wrong, um, how can you you know change it afterwards? How can you be flexible about the situation? Number three, if you make the decision today and then you find out that you are being deceived, you're being lied about, then what will be your backup plan? Um, yeah, you know what? Just ask all these questions before you make the decision. You see what I mean? Then I think it's gonna be okay. Just be aware, because sometimes magician energy, it depends on your level of consciousness. Sometimes, not always bad. Sometimes it can be good. When it is good, it can be pretty amazing, right? Think about the magic. Um, I know I probably shouldn't be saying this, but um, let's say if if you are in some problematic situations where you are being harmed, or maybe you need to get out of an unhealthy situation, maybe it's a time that you can think about some strategy to get out of a situation. Of course, I don't encourage people to hurt anyone, but if anybody is being hurt unfairly, then I think today is a time that you can tap into your subconscious, or maybe your conscious, maybe something you already know. But today there might be a timing where you can actually contemplate about, okay, if I want to get out of this situation, what kind of magic I can create right now by using the resources I have in my hands, by utilizing my mind. What can it be done? Like, how can I get out of this situation? Um, the magician card can also tell us that we actually have a lot of power to create things if we are smart enough, if we believe that things can be done, then it can be done. But the belief is crucial. If you believe it, then it will guide you to finishing the task you want to finish. But if you don't have enough willpower, then regardless of you having all the tools you need, or you don't have all the tools, whatever, you're still having a hard time to get things done. So it is a reminder that we need to know that we have all the tools we need to succeed. Um, some people might find that today is a good day to write out your thoughts, your ideas. Um, maybe some people will do some kind of work that is related to as you see in the picture, you can see the desk, and on top of the desk there are a couple of tools that the person can use to create. So I think some people they might do some crafts, uh, artwork, or maybe working about their house. So yeah, it depends from person to person. Um, Today is also a day that is better to be aware of any tricksters. By saying tricksters, it is not only about human beings. It's also about uh, all kinds of viruses that can be presented on the internet, on the phones. So I recommend not to click, uh, those links that you are uncertain and you don't know about, because there might be problems. Um, Magician is also about communication. So today is a good time to communicate about something that um, has to be readdressed, probably. Um, but be aware that if the magician energy is being used wisely, then it can really strategize a situation, and to benefit the situation by being strategic. But if it is being manifested in a lower vibration, then it's gonna be really like trickster energy. So just be aware of it. Um, be aware of delays. Um, Make sure you have enough time, including considering the delays that are possible, because of the nature of this card being related to communication, transportations, all kinds of matters that are related to them. Just be aware. So, um, hmm. As you can see, there are a lot of flowers in this picture. So I think some people they might take care of their plants for some reasons. Um, are there any kind of what can I say? I'm not really a plants person, but I know when people have plants, they will use some fertilizers, or maybe um, some things to prevent insects. So maybe today is a good day for doing it if you forgot to do it before, and today is the time to redo it in order to avoid problems. Um, yeah, and also think about magic. Like, what magical things you have done in your life before, and just remembering those times. And I think it will actually open a pathway for you to figure out some things that you probably need to figure out. Because when we just live day by day, and then being very just live with our usual routines, then we tend to not think outside of the box. But I think most of you understand the fact that sometimes things are not consistent. And there are times that you're going to be surprised, sometimes being surprised by something magical, um, other times surprised by something negative, maybe crisis. But today is a time to think about some kind of magical moments in your life, what those moments, what they mean to you in your life. And when those times happen, did you manifest that moment by your own abilities, or did it just happen by itself? Um, because people can actually manifest magic. It depends on whether they believe themselves they can manifest or not. It's about some form of beliefs. So today is also a time that you can try to create a positive affirmation and send it out to the universe. For example, I want something magical happen that will turn around my situation. I'm just saying an example. If you are not satisfied about your situation, then what kind of magical thing you can expect? Maybe you're not gonna get the magical thing today or at this moment, but when you create this affirmation and this thought, then somehow it will push you forward to that direction to create the possible within the impossible. So I think this is the message, or these are the messages that I would like to share today. And I appreciate your time. And if you like the video, please consider liking it. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. And I wish you all the best and stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good day. Bye.